born anew, finding my way through.
Hello, hello, hello. I want to welcome each and every one of you here for week 2 of Kandid Konversations with Miss Krystal, transforming through transparency. Again, I want to thank Miss Eunice and Moya Jackson so much for coming on and being my very first guest and revealing their hearts to me. Thank you so much for all of the support. You guys have been blowing me up. I appreciate it. I am excited about this new endeavor, this new platform, and opportunity for me to continue to tell the stories that I so love to tell. And actually, I get more time to tell it. So without further ado, let's talk about this week's special guest. Hey, I told you I cooked up something special. So when it comes to soul food here in Louisville, one name stands above the rest. And I'm talking about Dasha's Southern Bistro, Dasha Barbour's Southern Bistro. Known for their mouth-watering fried chicken, buttery cornbread, and some of the best mac and cheese that'll make you want to slap your mama. But don't do it, all right? This place isn't just a restaurant. It is a Louisville institution. But behind the scenes, they revealed to me that things are beginning to get a little tough. Rising food costs, chargebacks from customers, yeah, I can't believe it either, and also slow business are threatening to shake the very foundation of this beloved spot. So Louisville, Kentuckiana, I called you all here together so we can talk, so we can have a candid conversation. The city fell in love with this spot, and now it's being called to step up and help this place that we love to call our soul food home. So joining me today, without further ado, let's welcome this week's special guest joining me here in my virtual studio, Miss Dasha and Aaron Barbour. Let's show them a warm, candid conversations with Miss Krystal. Welcome. Welcome, you all.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being my special guest. Let me tell you, first off, hands down, when it comes to the best fried chicken, greens, mac and cheese, you guys are definitely a place that I say, hey, you guys reign supreme. Y'all give my mac and cheese a run for its money, and I make some pretty good mac and cheese. But I love your restaurant. I know a lot of the people that I know, my friends and family included, they definitely enjoy the food from Dasha Barbour's. But you guys have run into a snag, and we're going to get to that coming up here in a bit. But real quick, why don't you tell us about how this whole thing got started, where the dream started, and did you ever imagine that your restaurant would become the soul food staple for the city?
Well, it started with basically my family. I come from a long line of cooks. My grandmother, my aunts, my sister, we all used to kind of cook and sell dinners and stuff like that. So my family's always kind of been known for cooking. So initially I wanted to have a restaurant and showcase some of the recipes, you know, and let everybody taste like what I ate growing up. So
I know that's right. Dasha, are you from here? I mean, because you cook like you from the South.
I am. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, but I do have roots. My grandfather is from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And Aaron, how did you come into the picture, and how did you guys come together to create the powerful synergy?
Well, I'm not a Louisville native, but I'm born and raised on a farm. So, you know, food was very big for me. You know, we was farm to table, of course, living on the farm. And so tasting her food, you know, as we said 11 years ago, they say it was love at first sight, but it was also first bite.
Right. Yes. I love that. So who was it? You cooked, Dasha, you cooked for Aaron, and that's how he fell in love with you? Or did you cook for Dasha?
I did a little cooking too.
Listen, I cooked for him, but he was more of a baker. He always baked cookies and stuff like that. He would have a few things he would cook for me, like a chicken parmesan or a stuffed chicken or something like that. But initially it was me doing all
It was you doing all the cooking, and as they say, the rest is history. And you guys, they're joining us live from the restaurant, so you might hear some phones ringing. They are definitely doing business. But Louisville loves your food, okay? And anyone that I ask about, hey, who has the best chicken? You know, they definitely, Dasha Barbour's reigns supreme on that list. What do you think makes your dishes stand out in the city, stand out this city known for good food restaurants?
I would say that it's the fact that it's cooked from scratch. Everything's cooked from scratch and homemade. You can feel the love in every dish that we make. We try to make it to where you feel the love in it. And like, what do you think?
We do think like we don't really feel like we stand out, but we do know that like one of our reputations is, you know, you're not going to come in Dasha Barbour's and get your food quickly. Like people know, I like to think people know that, hey, you know, it's worth the wait. You're going to have to let us do our thing. It's not, you know, your food's not pre-breaded. We're breading it when they see the ticket on the KDS, which is the kitchen display screen back there. So that's what we would like to think that stands out, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I just love your humility, though. You guys are trying to be really calm and cool about what it is you have. You know, your food is banging, okay? And that is a conversation that I remember you guys, talking to the public a few years ago saying, hey, if you want fast food, you don't want the Dasha Barbour's experience. We cook fresh. And, you know, you never know. They may be out there, wrangling up them chickens. That's how fresh the chicken is. But all right. So we're talking about food, both of us, because honey, I'm a foodie too. So I'm smiling. But it's time for us. Let's get real, because you came here for a reason. And again, thank you so much for deciding to have this candid conversation with me. You guys are facing some real challenges. What is it that the customers are not seeing when they walk through the doors and smell that delicious food? Talk about those conversations that are being held when that last customer leaves that restaurant. What's going on?
Like I say, 2024 was, you know, we all know it wasn't a recession, but it was, you could feel the pinch from all the customers. Like it's one of the first years that we didn't exceed sales as the previous years.
Yeah.
And so what that does is, you know, we have variable and non-variable cost. And so regardless if we have 5 customers or 500 customers a day, our variable cost doesn't change. And so with the plummeting numbers in sales, we felt that pinch, like as far as trying to, you know, pay rent or whatever. You know, we experienced a lot of hardships as far as what the customers don't know is, you know, they're looking at it as, why does fish cost this much when I can go down the street and get it for this much? What they don't realize is, you know, you have to look in the facility. You see nice tables, nice chairs. We're on Main Street downtown. Like we can't charge what our neighbors charge or what you're getting across town, because we have to pay for the location that we're in. And so what the public doesn't know is restaurants, the profitability, at least for us, and it's mostly the national average, especially for non-chain brands, is 3 to 6%. And what that means is every dollar, the restaurant profits 3 to 6 cents off of the dollar that's spent. And so that doesn't give us a lot of leeway on having residual and having excess funds, cash flow to be able to pay bills and stuff like that.
Got it. And I know that you all were part of the AMP Incubator Business Collective program. This was just a couple of years ago, and you all moved from Hikes Lane down to Main Street. And so I think a lot of people kind of assume that, you know, you all bankrolled all of this money and y'all living high on the hog. You come in there, you see the fancy schmancy stuff, and things are just alive and well. But what is it that they are not seeing or understanding? It goes deeper than the eye can see, I assume.
It does. It does. So what AMP allowed us to do was like, okay, so this is keeping it real, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Any conversation.
real conversation. That's what it is. And so we went from, all right, so when we was trying to upscale, which is grow our business, out there around where we was at, all over the city, everywhere we looked at, we kept hearing from, we was in business 8 years before we moved there. So what we kept hearing from, including where we're at now, everybody was saying, the building owners, this is going to be more than you can handle. And it upset me at first until, like last year and the year before, like when it really hit, like, in a sense, well, they was right. It does it is more than we can handle at times, because you do need that. You need that backing of money. You need that residual of money to get you through the slow periods. Because if you don't have that, that's what we're experiencing. AMP was good. They wouldn't even looked at us twice without AMP backing us, saying, hey, we got them, let's get them in this building. So without them, it would have been years and years later before we would have been where we're at now. But now that we're here, like we blew through all that we have saved from the previous location. And so when we always plummet during November, December, and January, our slowest months. We try to save during the summer to get through those months, but we've already, when we've already blew through that, that's when it comes this cycle of we keep borrowing. Basically not being able to catch up.
Can't catch up. And if you're just now tuning in, I am joined by Miss Dasha and Aaron Barbour, owners of Dasha Barbour's Southern Bistro. And shout out to Dave Christopher, though, and all the wonderful work that he is doing through the AMP program. And again, you all, I appreciate you sitting down and having this conversation with me. One thing you mentioned that really made me mad was the charge-offs that customers will come in. Let's talk about what's going on.
That's the Consumer Credit Protection Act. I think I said it right. And what that is, and this all retails across the board, from clothing industry, everything. But what it is customers can come and eat. They can run up a bill $200 or $300, and then wait a couple of days, call their bank and say, "Hey, I didn't eat there. I didn't like it. Give me my money back."
Wow.
And it's a real thing. Yes, it's a real thing. And it's,
so is this something new that has really that you've been inundated with, or something that you've kind of always dealt with? And what kind of bill price tags are these bills running? How much do they usually run up?
Over $200, everywhere from $300.
Sometimes weekly.
Yeah, we used to experience it on Bargetown Road as well. It was like we was losing almost $4,000 a month in just chargebacks.
So people will come in, get all the fixings, the sweet potatoes, the greens, several orders of it, the best pink lemonade, I think, in the city. And then you'll charge their card. The next day, they'll call their bank and say, that wasn't me, and that it was a fraudulent charge. And so basically you have to give that, all that money goes back to that person, that customer.
Mm-hmm. Or they could say they didn't like it, or service wasn't good, or it could be any reason. But we get a chance as a consumer to dispute those claims. Like we have to send video of them eating all their food and showing clean plates and leaving. It's time consuming. It can be time consuming.
Oh my goodness. And I can definitely hear the outrage there in the comments section. That just, it really breaks my heart. You've built your business with faith, grit, determination. I absolutely love your story. But when times get tough, what keeps you going? Because it seems as if you guys could have thrown in the apron a long time ago. What makes you continue to keep going?
For me, I feel like we have to keep going because we got a lot of people. We have employees that we care about, and they depend on employment. And then also, like, we just have a lot of debt, loans that we couldn't afford to pay if we weren't, in the industry.
Right.
No normal job would pay the debt that we have. So we really don't have a choice but to kind of keep going and fighting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aaron, what keeps you going?
The same thing, like our full-time employees who, like, we have employees that's been here the whole 11 years. And then I would be remiss if I did not say our faith, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Prayer and faith, and just always looking around the corner saying, hey, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. We can get through this. 11 years in business, like we've seen it before, just not on this scale, just yeah.
Right. What's your family say about all of this, Dasha? What are all the cooks in your family who inspired you to travel down this path? What's their reaction? What are their words of encouragement? Or are they telling you, get out now? What's the conversation like?
Well, the family that, my family's really supportive. Like my mother, she comes in and she helps, like she'll help do whatever. She don't want nothing for it. She just wants to see me win. All my nieces and nephews, they work in the kitchen. They're really supportive. Like, whatever you need, we got you. So, like, everybody's supportive. They don't want me to give up. They want me to keep going because they've been, with me through the whole journey. So they want to see us win because that means that we all win. So,
absolutely,
they say keep going, and so
wow. Absolutely. Keep going, putting one foot in front of the other. Now it's time for the call to action. You've laid your heart and your soul on the line. And first off, let me commend you. It takes a lot of courage to be able to stand up and say, hey, this is what we're going through. But just a little bit of background information. My husband's the one that kind of put me on game of what was going on. And I said, as many times as I post about being happy about being at Dasha Barbour's, as many times as I've had a dinner there, and it makes me smile with fondness because I promise you, Dasha, your chicken tastes just like my grandmother's. And to have that lead, because I remember the first time that I came to your new restaurant, was blown away. The vibe is like something that you would experience in like a bigger urban city. And we're proud to say that we have a very nice soul food dining experience, sit down soul food dining experience in our city. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Who was that food critic that came in a couple of months ago? You know who I'm talking about. I can't remember her name, but I follow her.
Was it Roland?
Yes, Roland. Yeah. Right. And so, you guys have had the official green stamp of, being the go-to place for soul food in our city. So I'm calling on Louisville, calling on Southern Indiana. What's the best way the community can help support you during this time?
Reservations.
Yeah.
Make reservations. Book us up well into the summer. Book us up, months in advance, because that's how we use project. And not only make a reservation, but come. Don't just do a no call. Like, it hurts us if you make a reservation and you don't come, and somebody else could have had the reservation.
Yes.
Like, book it, commit to it, and come. Like, yeah.
Absolutely. Reservations. Don't be a no call, no show. And what are some other ways?
We
have gift cards,
catering. We do catering.
Now, see, I didn't know you do catering. Talk a little bit about the catering.
Well, anybody interested in catering, they can go to ddsbistro.com and
Dasha Barbour's at gmail.com.
Yeah, and just give us what you want or access for our menu for catering, and we'll send that out to you. And then you basically kind of pick what you want. Let us know your date, how many people, and we'll send you an invoice for you to look over to see if you're interested or if you want to move forward. And then
Wonderful.
That.
Wonderful. So what is there a size minimum and maximum that you cater to for catering?
Minimum 15.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
15 is the minimum, and then we go up as high as need to go.
Right.
Yeah, as long as we know in advance what to do with many. Yeah.
Right, right. And you also mentioned gift cards. Gift cards help as well. Talk about gift cards. How can people get that?
We have the ones where you can come in and get the plastic gift cards. The ones I love is the digital. You can stay at home and you can order online, and then you can send the gift card to anybody that you want. You can email it or text it to them, and then you get an alert when they actually open it up and look at it. Wow. And so that is it's like the best thing since sliced bread.
Come on,
and
it's like cornbread.
Yeah, they come in with their phone and use a QVC code and pay for it. So yeah.
Wow. A lot of businesses, small businesses are struggling right now, especially Black-owned businesses. So what's one message you would have for local entrepreneurs who are in the same boat as you, trying to keep the dream alive? What words of encouragement would you give them?
I would say just keep pushing, keep going. Also, I feel like if we rallied around each other as Black-owned businesses, that would help too, instead of us kind of feeling like we're each other's competition. Like we need to band together and help each other, support one another.
Wonderful. Absolutely. Aaron?
I would say just know that you're good enough, that confidence, know that what you're providing is good. Know that you're bringing something to the table. Know that you're valued. That's the main thing, is because it's, the weight of the world, it could be, it's rough. I'm not going to lie. It is. Yeah. Being a business owner is rough. But when we first started, my dad told me that it was like, people's going to come up to you. Everybody's going to know how to run your business better than you. He was like, take that information, but keep going and keep staying true to yourself.
Absolutely. Great information. Just continuing to, I guess, keep pushing forward, no matter how dark things may seem around you. So let's dream a little bit, okay? Let's cast a vision, and we're claiming it. 5 years from now, you guys are up and rolling. Where do you see Dasha Barbour's Southern Bistro 5 years from now? What's the vision for the future? Let's say that the community comes in, this podcast episode goes viral. You've got orders being called in from all across the country. Fast forwarding 5 years from now, let's speak it, because the word tells us to speak it. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
For all of my young staff, I see them having 401ks.
Yes.
We see them. Yes, we see us potentially. I know she would like to have maybe a couple of more locations in other cities, and then just that worry of mainly the worry of 2 bad weeks and, oh my God, we're stressed out. We want to be able to know that we can make it 2 bad months at least, and more importantly, a vacation.
No, don't whisper it. What was that, Aaron? Say it louder. What?
A vacation.
A vacation. When was the last time you all had a chance to go on a vacation?
We took 3 days in 2023. We took 3 days. A week. A week. It's probably been about 5 years since we had a whole week off. So that would be.
Yeah.
Wow.
That would be huge.
He said we took 3 days in 2023, and 5 years ago, you guys got a whole week. And so we are calling on you to the Kentuckiana area. If you've eaten their food, if it's blessed your spirit, if it has brought joy to your belly, we are making this appeal to you to find it in your heart to support this couple that have been working hard. And, definitely think of them to give your business. So we talked about 5 years from now. And so what's the first special menu item that you're going to put on that menu in celebration? Dasha Barbour's is exceedingly abundantly. You are doing business like you have never imagined before in celebration. What is a menu item you thought about, but you definitely gonna put on that menu?
I've been kind of thinking about going back to where I started and bringing back some of the old items that the customers loved. So like
broccoli and cheese casserole.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Corn pudding.
Yeah.
All of the things that we took off the menu that we still heard, put it back on. So that would probably be what I would do.
Come on, y'all. Y'all hear it. Y'all love it. Y'all want it back. That means you got to call in an order. So what I'm going to do is, real quick, is there anything else you all would like to say? I want to give you an opportunity to make a personal appeal to the viewers.
Going back on the future, what you was talking about in the future, we would be remiss if we said we also love our community and we want to be able to give back. I did forget to say that for one. Like, we got some ideas on things that we would like to do for the community to give back. But with that being said, what we would like our customers to know is we want them to continue to have patience with us, because, I call them Fortune 500 companies and big franchises. We don't have the knowledge and expertise that they have. And so, and this goes for all local and small entrepreneurs. Be patient with all of us, because, we're giving you everything that we got inside. Like, we're giving you all of us. And so we ask that you be understanding, patient, and with us, more in particularly, understand we have a young staff. And so with young staff, they're going to make mistakes. And we're human. We're going to make mistakes. Like, sometimes your order is going to be, we've been to some of the best steakhouses in the United States. They've made mistakes. Just relax and know we're human, the human aspect, the human element of it. So.
Right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how urgent is this plea to the community? What would you measure it on a scale of 1 to 10, the emergency level?
10.5.
Woo, you heard it. 10.5. And so you heard it here. Your favorite soul food restaurant is asking for your help and your support. Anything else before we go? Tell them again, we need gift cards. We need reservations, catering. Your last appeal. Go ahead. Talk to those customers. Talk to the bellies. Dasha.
I would just say, just support, because we need it. Like, every person that walks through the door is appreciated, and we need it more than most people on this block or on this strip. We need your support. And so just come and support us.
And do not, just because it's Saturday and you can't get in because we're booked, don't think that's every day. Wednesdays is slow. Thursdays is slow. Like, Mondays, we're open on Mondays now, 6 to 9. Put your reservation in. Just because we're busy one day, trust and believe the next day is not going to be like that. Like, be intentional. Come on now, be intentional. Make it. If your reservation is a lot of people, because they'll see a reservation, they can't get it for that day and that time. they think something's wrong. No, just try a different day, try a different time. Like, don't give up.
Keep on going. And guess what? If they can't get into the restaurant, do carry out. Okay.
Yeah.
Do carry out.
Yep.
Dasha and Aaron, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for sharing your heart.
you.
And you all, as you can see, the information is right there on your screen where they are located. And also visit their website where you can place a to-go order and also find more information about getting those gift cards and catering as well. And so we all know that we are stronger when we have one another. And so we want to do a village effect. We want everyone to come together and love on this restaurant that has provided good food for our bellies and our soul for more than a decade. And we cannot let another Black-owned gem, another piece of our culture, another labor of love slip away. You all, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for tuning in to week 2 of Kandid Konversations with Miss Krystal, transforming through transparency. And again, if you get hungry, look no further than Dasha Barbour's Southern Bistro. Thank you so much. Check me out next week. Bye.